Welcome, sports enthusiasts and life learners. Today, we delve into a topic that bridges the gap between sports and life, the path to success. What is success? Is it a destination or a journey? Is it the result of hard work or sheer luck? Each of us has our own interpretation of what success means. For some, it's achieving a lofty goal. For others, it's attaining financial freedom. And for a few, it's simply finding happiness in life's little moments. The perception of success is as diverse as the human race itself. Commonly, success is perceived as a smooth, linear journey, a straight path leading to a glorious destination. We often imagine it as a perfectly laid out road, with milestones neatly marked, where every step taken is a step closer to the end goal. It's a comforting thought, isn't it? But is it the entire truth? In this world brimming with success stories, let's take a moment to challenge this popular belief. Let's explore the path to success not as a straight line, but as a winding road filled with bumps, detours, and roadblocks. What if the journey to success is not about the number of times you win, but about the times you lose and yet bounce back? To set the tone for this exploration, let's turn to a man who knows a thing or two about success, Michael Jordan. A basketball legend, a cultural icon, and an inspiration to millions. His view on success is as unconventional as his playing style was on the court. He says, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." But is success really a straight path? Or is it a journey filled with failures and missed opportunities? Let's explore this with the words of a sports legend, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, a name synonymous with basketball and success. But his journey was far from easy. Born in the heart of Brooklyn, New York, on February 17, 1963, Michael Jeffrey Jordan was the fourth of 5 children. Growing up in Wilmington, North Carolina, Jordan developed a competitive edge at an early age. He wanted to win every game he played, be it basketball, baseball, or even a simple game of cards with his family. His love for basketball was ignited when he watched his older brother Larry play. Larry was a fantastic player, and young Michael aspired to reach his level, if not surpass it. This was the beginning of an unwavering dedication to the sport, a love so profound that it would shape the course of his life. However, the path to greatness was not without its hurdles. During his sophomore year at Emsley A. Laney High School, Jordan tried out for the varsity basketball team. Despite his passion and commitment, he was deemed too short to play at that level. This rejection was a crushing blow, but it didn't deter young Jordan. Instead, it fueled his determination to prove his detractors wrong. He spent endless hours practicing, honing his skills, and growing, both physically and mentally. When he finally made it to the varsity team in his junior year, he averaged about 20 points per game over his final 2 seasons of high school play. His hard work and dedication had paid off. He had proven that he was more than capable of playing at the varsity level. Michael's college years at the University of North Carolina were marked by continued growth and success. He was named College Player of the Year in his sophomore and junior years, and he led the Tar Heels to an NCAA championship in 1982. Yet, even during these triumphant years, Jordan faced his share of failures. There were games he couldn't win, shots he couldn't make, and moments of self-doubt. But these setbacks only spurred him on to work harder, to become better. In 1984, Michael Jordan entered the NBA draft and was selected by the Chicago Bulls. This was the beginning of an illustrious professional career, a career that would see him become a 6-time NBA champion and a 14-time All-Star. But remember, this journey was punctuated by failures too. There were lost games, missed shots, and moments of defeat. There were 26 instances where Jordan was entrusted with the game-winning shot, and he missed. He lost almost 300 games. And over his career, he missed more than 9,000 shots. But did these failures define him? No. Instead, they shaped him. They fueled his desire to improve, to strive for perfection, to become the best player he could be. Even when he retired from basketball to try his hand at baseball, a sport he loved since his childhood, he faced criticism and failure. Many thought it was a misplaced venture. His performance was not up to the mark, and after a brief stint, he returned to what he did best: basketball. So, even the great Michael Jordan had his share of failures. But did it stop him? No, he persisted. He pushed through the pain, the disappointment, and the criticism. He used his failures as stepping stones to success, as lessons to learn, and as motivation to strive for greatness. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. Michael Jordan. Failure, a word that many fear. But what if we told you that failure is not the end but the beginning? Now that's a thought, isn't it? In the arena of life, and more so in the world of sports, failure is often viewed as a setback, a stumbling block, a barrier that hinders progress. But let's take a moment to reconsider. Failure is not a sign of weakness, nor is it a mark of incompetence. Rather, it is an indicator of courage, tenacity, and resilience. It is a testament to the fact that you dared to take a risk, to step out of your comfort zone, to push your boundaries, and to challenge yourself in ways you never thought possible. Take the story of Thomas Edison, for instance. He once famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison, the man who gave us the electric light bulb, the phonograph, and the motion picture camera, was no stranger to failure, but he didn't let his countless failed attempts deter him from his pursuit of success. Instead, he embraced them as valuable lessons, as stepping stones that eventually led him to his groundbreaking inventions. Or consider the journey of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered presidents in American history. Lincoln faced failure and defeat not once, not twice, but numerous times throughout his life. He failed in business, suffered a nervous breakdown, was defeated in numerous runs for public office. Yet, none of these setbacks stopped him from becoming the 16th President of the United States. His failures did not define him. Instead, they shaped him into the leader he ultimately became. Now let's bring it back to the world of sports. Serena Williams, one of the greatest tennis players of all time, once said, "I really think a champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover when they fall." Williams has faced her share of losses, injuries, and setbacks, but each failure, each fall, has only fueled her determination to get back up, to improve, to come back stronger. And then there's Michael Phelps, the most decorated Olympian of all time. Phelps, too, has faced his share of challenges and failures, both in and out of the pool. But he has used those failures as motivation, as fuel to push himself harder, to swim faster, to set new records. These are not isolated stories. They are examples of how failure can serve as a catalyst for success. Because failure, in essence, is a teacher. It teaches us about our strengths and our weaknesses. It teaches us about resilience and determination. It teaches us about humility and perseverance. It teaches us that success is not a straight path, but a journey filled with ups and downs, twists and turns. So the next time you face a setback, a failure, remember this. Failure is not a dead end, but a detour. It's not a roadblock, but a stepping stone. It's not a reason to give up, but a reason to try harder, to push further, to persevere. Because, as the legendary basketball player Michael Jordan once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Failure, it seems, is not just an option, but a necessary stepping stone towards success. Imagine being trusted to take the game-winning shot, not once, not twice, but 26 times, and missing. Let's take a moment to really delve into the concept of what it means to be trusted with the game-winning shot. This isn't just about the physical act of shooting a ball into a hoop. This is about the weight of responsibility, the burden of expectations, and the immense pressure that comes with being the one everyone's eyes are on as the seconds on the clock wind down. In sports, as in life, there's often a singular moment that determines the outcome. In basketball, it's often the game-winning shot. The ball is in your hands, the crowd is on their feet, and the outcome of the entire game rests on your shoulders. It's a moment that demands not just physical prowess, but also a mental strength that's harder to define. So what does it take to handle such pressure? Imagine standing at the free throw line, the deafening roar of the crowd fading into a quiet hum as you prepare to take the shot. Your heart is racing, your palms are sweating, and the weight of the ball in your hands feels heavier than ever. This is the moment of truth. First and foremost, it takes an unwavering belief in oneself. You must believe deep down that you have what it takes to make the shot, even when others doubt you, even when you've missed before, even when the stakes are higher than they've ever been. Secondly, It requires a level of focus that goes beyond the ordinary. In the face of overwhelming pressure, you must be able to block out all distractions, tune out the noise, and zero in on your target. It's about maintaining a laser-sharp focus even when everything else is a blur. But perhaps the most essential quality of all is resilience, the ability to bounce back from failure, to pick yourself up after a miss, and to keep going no matter what. Because the truth is, you're going to miss. Sometimes you're going to miss big. And when that happens, it's not about the miss. It's about what you do next. Now imagine missing the game-winning shot. Not just once or twice, but 26 times. Imagine the sting of defeat, the taste of disappointment, the echo of the crowd's collective sigh. It's a feeling that would crush most people, but not you. Because missing the shot doesn't make you a failure. No, quite the contrary. It makes you human. It makes you real. It makes you relatable. Because we've all missed shots in our own lives. We've all had moments of failure, moments of doubt, moments when we've fallen short of our own expectations. But here's the thing. Giving up? Now that would make you a failure. Throwing in the towel, calling it quits, deciding that it's just too hard. That's the real defeat. Because failure isn't about falling down. It's about refusing to get back up. So the next time you're faced with a game-winning shot of your own, remember this. It's not about whether you make the shot, it's about whether you're willing to take it. And if you miss, well, then you pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get ready to take the next one. Because that's what it means to truly succeed. Missing the shot does not make you a failure, but giving up does. So we've talked about failure and the game-winning shot, but what about success? How do we define success? Success. It's a word we hear often, but what does it truly mean? Is it the accumulation of victories, the piling up of accolades and awards? Or is it something more, something deeper? Let's delve into this, shall we? Success, in its most common interpretation, is often equated to winning. It's the final buzzer sounding off as you make the game-winning shot. It's the trophy held high in triumphant celebration. It's the triumphant roar of the crowd chanting your name. But that's not all there is to it. Success is not just about the destination, it's also about the journey. It's about the resilience, persistence, and the ability to learn from failures. Think about it. Every time you've fallen, every time you've missed, every time you've lost, didn't you learn something valuable? Didn't you become a little stronger, a little wiser, a little more resilient? That's success. It's not just about the win, it's about the lessons learned, the growth experienced, and the character built on the way to that win. Success is the ability to bounce back from failure, to rise again after falling. It's about taking those 9,000 missed shots, those nearly 300 lost games, those 26 missed game-winning opportunities, and using them as stepping stones to reach new heights. It's about never giving up, never backing down, no matter how high the odds are stacked against you. Take Michael Jordan, for example. He's widely regarded as one of the greatest basketball players of all time. But his journey to success was paved with failures. He missed more than 9,000 shots in his career, lost almost 300 games, and 26 times he was trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. But did he let these failures define him? No. Instead, he used them as fuel to propel him towards success. He learned from each failure, each miss, each loss, and used these lessons to improve, to grow, and to ultimately succeed. That's the beauty of success. It's not a straight line. It's a winding road filled with obstacles, hurdles, and stumbling blocks. But it's also filled with opportunities for growth, for learning, and for improvement. It's about turning your failures into stepping stones, your misses into lessons, your losses into wins. So how do we define success? It's not just about winning, it's about resilience, persistence, and the ability to learn from failures. It's about embracing the journey with all its ups and downs, its triumphs and defeats, its joys and sorrows. It's about understanding that the path to success is not always easy, but it's always worth it. Success, then, is not just about the destination, but the journey. It's about the courage to continue, the resilience to bounce back, and the determination to keep going no matter what. It's about understanding that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of it. It's about redefining success, not as a final destination, but as a continuous journey of growth, learning, and improvement. In the end, it's not just about the number of shots you've made, games you've won, or trophies you've collected. It's about the person you've become, the character you've built, and the legacy you've left behind. That, my friends, is the true meaning of success. Success, then, is not just about the destination, but the journey. We've taken a journey through failure, pressure, and success. Now let's piece it all together. We have traveled an intriguing path, haven't we? We've explored the highs and lows, the triumphs and upsets of one of the greatest athletes of all time, Michael Jordan. We've seen that success and failure are not two separate entities, but rather two sides of the same coin. Let's take a moment to recap the main points discussed in our journey. We began by introducing the path to success, a path that is often paved with trials and tribulations. We examined the career of Michael Jordan, his rise to fame, and the many obstacles he had to overcome to reach the pinnacle of his sport. We discussed the value of failure, the lessons it teaches, and how it shapes and molds us into better versions of ourselves. But what does all this mean? What's the winning formula, the secret sauce, the key to success? Is it talent? Or maybe it's hard work? Perhaps it's a combination of both. Well, as we've seen from Michael Jordan's journey, it's much more than that. Failure, resilience, and persistence. These three elements form the core of the winning formula. Let's delve a little deeper into each of these, shall we? First, failure. It's a word that many of us fear, a word that many of us avoid, but as we've seen from Michael Jordan's career, failure is not an obstacle, but rather a stepping stone to success. It's a teacher, a guide, a mentor that shows us where we've gone wrong and how we can improve. It's a catalyst for growth, pushing us to step out of our comfort zones and explore new horizons. Next, resilience. The ability to bounce back from failure, to pick ourselves up when we've been knocked down. It's the fire in our bellies, the determination in our eyes, the grit in our souls. It's what allows us to face adversity head-on, to stare failure in the face and say, "You will not defeat me." It's what keeps us going when the odds are stacked against us, when the world tells us we can't, when we ourselves believe we can't. And finally, persistence. The unwavering will to keep going, to keep trying, to keep pushing, no matter how many times we fail, no matter how many obstacles we face, no matter how daunting the journey seems. It's the stubborn refusal to give up, to give in, to accept defeat. It's the relentless pursuit of our goals, our dreams, our aspirations, despite the setbacks, despite the failures, despite the doubts. So it's not just about talent or hard work, it's about embracing failure, cultivating resilience, and practicing persistence. It's about understanding that success is not a destination but a journey filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, victories and defeats. And it's about realizing that the road to success is not a smooth, straight line, but a rugged, winding path. A path that requires courage, strength, and determination to navigate. As we conclude our journey, let's take a moment to reflect on the words of the man himself. Words that encapsulate the essence of the winning formula. Words that serve as a beacon of hope, a source of inspiration, a testament to the power of failure, resilience, and persistence. As Michael Jordan said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." Failure, resilience, persistence, the winning formula, the key to success, the road less traveled, the path to greatness, the legacy of Michael Jordan. It's a journey we can all embark on, a journey we can all learn from, a journey we can all succeed in. So, let's embrace failure, cultivate resilience, practice persistence, and create our own winning formula. Let's redefine success, not as the absence of failure, but as the result of countless failures, resilience, and persistence. Let's make our own shots, win our own games, and create our own legacy. Because in the end, it's not about the number of shots we miss or the number of games we lose. It's about the lessons we learn, the growth we experience, and the success we achieve. That's the winning formula. That's the key to success. That's the path to greatness.